5 seconds to go. All wages or salary, including wages payable for time or piece work and salary earned wholly or in part by way of commission of any workman in respect of services rendered to the company, and any compensation payable to any workman under any of the provisions of the Industrial Disputes Act 1947, to all accrued holiday remuneration becoming payable to any workman, or in the case of his death to any other person in his right on the termination of his employment before or by the effect of the winding up order or resolution. 3. Unless the company is being wind up voluntarily merely for the purposes of reconstruction or of amalgamation with another company, or unless the company has at the commencement of the winding up under such a contract with insurers as is mentioned in section 14 of the Workmen's Compensation Act 1923, rights capable of being transferred to and vested in the workman all amounts due in respect of any compensation or liability for compensation under the said act in respect of the death or disablement of any workman of the company, for all sums due to any workman from a provident fund, a pension fund, a gratuity fund, or any other fund for the welfare of the workman maintained by the company. 5. Workman's portion in relation to the security of any secured creditor of a company means the amount which bears to the value of the security the same proportion as the amount of the workman's dues bears to the aggregate of the amount of workman's dues and the amounts of the debts due to the secured creditors. As per section 447 of the Companies Act, an order for winding up of a company operates in favor of all the creditors as if it had been made on a joint petition of a creditor. All creditors are treated as petitioning creditors. Section 456 of the Companies Act requires a provisional liquidator or a liquidator, as the case may be, to take all properties and action claims to which the company is or appears to be entitled into his custody or under his control. Subsection 1A to section 456 of the Companies Act entitles the liquidator to write a request to the Chief Presidency Magistrate within whose jurisdiction such property effects or actionable claims are. Subsection 1B to section 456 of the Companies Act permits the Chief Presidency Magistrate or the District Magistrate to take such steps or use such force as in his opinion may be necessary. Section 468 of the Companies Act permits the Tribunal Court to direct any contributory, trustee, receiver, banker, agent, officer, or other employee of the company to pay deliver, surrender, or transfer forthwith or within such time as directed to the liquidator any money, property, or books and papers in his custody and control which the company is prima facie entitled